point, young player of the tournament, young breakthrough player. You may have heard of them, but who do you think is going to be the standout youngster at this tournament? I'll go to Patrick first.
Germany, Jamal Malasia.
Yeah, that's who I would have. Yeah, he's as a stealing all my shouts. Who else can I go for now?
Yeah, I was going to say it to be fair as well.
Yeah, it's hard. You know what? Yes, pass. He's already said it. The guy, you stole my thunder, you bastard.
He's cold.
You know what it is, yeah? You talk about breakthrough. Yeah?
Yeah.
Coming from one of Tom's dark horses, watch out for Pelestri. I'm telling you now, this kid for Uruguay is not the kid who's been on loan at Alves for Man United. This kid for Uruguay, they love him. He gets assists, he gets goals, he is involved heavily for that nation. I don't know if he will start, but when he gets his opportunity, I can see him impressing. So watch out. I
hope that Jude Bellingham. I hope that he has a tournament of his life. That's an English bias. I'm going to keep it with Premier League though, and I know we know who he is, but it's his first major international tournament. I think we could see an absolute masterclass from William Saliba. I think William Saliba could be. I feel like he could have one of those. If he performs for France as he's been doing for Arsenal this season, and he puts on just a Rolls Royce style performance at the back, it could be one of those World Cup performances that just lives on in long, long memory. I think William Saliba is a great shout for like young player of the. It's harder for defenders to win these awards than it is midfielders and attackers, but there's obviously going to be on social media. There's going to be a big presence watching him in the fan base.
Do you reckon he gets enough games in the tournament?
Maybe.
I was going to ask that, but I didn't want people to say I'm being biased. But I was going to say
I think he's going to be one of these players. I think he might get a chance and just take it and go with it. Does that make sense? Like just Michael Owen-esque in 1998 didn't start, but went on to like just be even though he only played like 2.5 games, to be the young player of the tournament still. And I think William Saliba's got listen. There's so many other players that you can name, the likes of. Cavalli, Enzo Hernandez, Jude Bellingham.
Is that Simon?
Gavi. There's loads of players out there that could do it. I just think William Saliba, for me, is the one I'm like, I'm intrigued to see how he does. I really, really am.
One step closer to the best centre back in the world after that performance.
I don't know if I can count this one. Can I count Julian Alvarez? Because I think if Argentina is to go far, they need Alvarez to have a good tournament.
Young breakthrough player is a youngster at his first major tournament.
Yes, Julian Alvarez.
That's what I would consider. That's what I would.
Vinicius count?
No, Vinicius is
he's played in.
Vinicius is too big, I think, already. I think.
Yeah, and he's.
I just think Julian Alvarez. There's something there in Julian Alvarez. If Argentina are going to do what they expect to do, what they hope they can do, Lionel Messi can only do so much. He's fantastic, but he can only do so much. They're going to need someone else to pop up with some goals. And I like what I see from Julian Alvarez. I think he can be that difference maker.
Who's going to be? Go on. Sorry, go on. I was going to say who's going to be the top goal scorer at the World Cup? Who's going to be the top goal scorer here?
Harry Kane.
I've seen
he
Messi
goes 2 for 2.
It could be Messi.
I think.
Look at England's group as well. Look at England's group. With all due respect, Kane should be getting goals in that.
I think. You know what?
I think that group's tighter than it looks.
Messi's facing Saudi Arabia, guys. Come on.
I'm backing him. Neymar. I'm going to back him.
That's
I'm going to back Neymar. You know what? That guy is the main guy in Brazil. And Brazil have one, I think Brazil, not an easy group, but a group where you feel like they'll score goals because they're not all teams that are going to sit back. And I just feel like Brazil, in terms of controlling games, is just
Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon. I don't know.
Brazil's opening game, guys, is tough, right? I'm looking at the person who gets Golden Boot usually scores a bunch of goals in the opening game. I'm looking at Messi. He's facing Saudi Arabia in the opening game. Like, let's be honest. And he's on penalties. He's on free kicks. This is a guy who is always going to be carrying his team. He hasn't showed up in many tournaments and scored a lot of goals. This is his last tournament. He could easily be the guy who steps up, fires Argentina into the group stages by scoring at least like seven goals by the end of the tournament after he's done.
I mean, I'm looking at one of Darwin Nunez or Vlahovic because I think in their group stage they've got games they can get goals. Yeah, Darwin Nunez is chaos. Darwin Nunez could either go no goals or 4 goals. It's one or the other, and I wouldn't be shocked if it was either. That's the thing with him.
I think I agree with I agree with David here. I think Neymar actually this is the tournament that Brazil are looking to like finally get their hands on the World Cup, especially after the embarrassing loss to Germany in 2014. So I believe this is it. This is going to be Neymar's potentially last World Cup as well, depending on how his career goes afterwards. You know what the Brazilians are like when they go over the hill, they go a bit mad with it. So I think I'm back in Neymar. You know, I think Neymar will do it.
I'm going for 129 to 1 long shot. Bruno Fernandes. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, tell me, what I was gonna.
Crazy. What about Lukaku? Lukaku's 40 to 1. I mean, the problem is
Lukaku. What are Kane's odds, Terry?
Harry Kane's odds again with Odds Checker, which is the UK betting firms they look at. Harry Kane is favourite at 17 to 2, and then you've got Mbappe at 10 to 1, Lionel Messi 11 to 1. They've got 2 Neymars on it. One's Junior Neymar, one's Neymar. I assume that's both Neymar. Very weird.
Yeah, it must be.
I'm just about to say there's no young footballer called Junior Neymar, is there? That I've heard of. They're at 13 to 1. Benzema 20 to 1. Ronaldo 20 to 1. Lautaro Martinez 25 to 1. Memphis Depay 25 to 1. Richarlison 30 to 1. And then everyone starts in their 40s.
Depay's a dark horse for
the
that.
Netherlands, though.
Serge Gnabry, 15 weird random odd, 59 to 1.
Nah. If it's going to be anyone from Germany, it'll be Müller or Havertz or whoever starts in that starting.
It'll be Havertz.
Whoever.
Yeah, what's the new Nunez for us?